Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hello Word, the podcast where we explore the fascinating world of English vocabulary. I'm your host, Alex, and today's word is confession. So, what exactly is a confession? Well, a confession, as a C1 level noun, means admitting something, typically something wrong or embarrassing. It's the act of acknowledging and revealing something that you've kept hidden, often because it's uncomfortable or could have negative consequences. You might hear it used in a legal context, a religious context, or simply in everyday conversations about personal matters. In everyday language, a confession often implies a feeling of guilt or relief after having revealed the secret. Now, let's delve into some synonyms. Words that have a similar meaning to confession include admission, acknowledgement, avowal, revelation, and disclosure. Let's see how these words work in sentences. For example, instead of saying he made a confession to the police, we could say he made an admission to the police indicating he admitted his involvement in the crime. Another example, her acknowledgement of the mistake was a sign of maturity. Here, acknowledgement acts as a synonym for confession, demonstrating her willingness to take responsibility. Then, there's avowal, which suggests a more public and forceful declaration. His avowal of support for the cause inspired many. This shows a strong and open declaration. Revelation is another synonym, often implying something surprising or previously unknown. The detective's revelation shocked everyone in the room. Finally, we have disclosure, which is the act of making information known. The company's disclosure of financial details was mandated by law. Moving on to antonyms, words that have the opposite meaning of confession. These include denial, concealment, cover-up, repression, and suppression. For example, instead of a confession, there might be a denial of involvement. His denial of any wrongdoing raised suspicions. Or consider a concealment of the truth. The concealment of evidence obstructed the investigation. A cover-up is an active attempt to hide wrongdoing. The political cover-up was eventually exposed by the media. Repression refers to the act of suppressing or holding back information or feelings. The repression of her emotions took a toll on her health. Lastly, suppression implies actively preventing something from being known. The government's suppression of free speech was widely condemned. Now, let's look at how the word confession can be used in everyday life. Imagine you forgot to do something important. You might say, I have a confession to make. I completely forgot about our appointment. Or maybe you ate the last piece of cake. You could jokingly say, okay, I have a confession. I ate the cake. I couldn't resist. You might hear someone say, he went to confession at the church, which refers to a religious ritual where individuals confess their sins. Common expressions involving confession include get something off your chest, which is similar to making a confession. Here are some more example sentences and phrases using confession. After much hesitation, she made a full confession to her parents. The suspect's videotaped confession was played in court. His public confession of infidelity ended his political career. He wrote a detailed confession before leaving the country. The priest listened patiently to her confession. She felt a sense of relief after making her confession. His confession surprised everyone who knew him. The police obtained a written confession from the accused. The confession was coerced and therefore inadmissible in court. It was a difficult confession to make, but it was necessary. The document contained a written confession of guilt. To recap, a confession is the act of admitting something, typically something wrong or embarrassing. We explored synonyms like admission, acknowledgement, avowal, revelation, and disclosure. We also looked at antonyms like denial, concealment, cover-up, repression, and suppression. And we discussed how confession is used in various everyday situations and expressions. Thank you for joining me on Hello Word today. If you enjoyed this episode, Please subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Your support helps others discover our show and learn new words. And now I have a challenge for you. Create your own sentence using the word confession and share it as a comment below this video. I look forward to reading your creative sentences. Until next time, happy learning!